One answer so far that's come through. Thank you, Safia. Anyone else? Any messages? Anything? If you're stuck, that's fine. I need to know if you're stuck. So sending a message like I'm stuck is fine, is what I mean. Okay, just looking at the messages, people are stuck. Some are okay, some are not. But on the whole, most people are stuck. Now, from what I remember, circle is a very important topic um, in GCSE higher. I believe it occurs every single year. So if you are not very confident in this, this is a very important topic. So it's something that you must be familiar with, confident in. Unless my memory is mistaken, I'll have to double check that. But from what I remember, it is very, very important. Right, how do we do this question? So the diagram shows two quarter circles with the same center. Work out the area of the shaded region, shaded section. Give your answer in terms of pi. So because it's a non-calculator paper, that's why we have pi. Now, this may be very difficult for you to see, but here we have a small circle. Here we have a large circle. I'm drawing this in the screen, so it's not the best. Let me try and make the circles better. So if you can't see it, we have a small circle here and a larger circle there. So what we really want to do is we want to find the big circle, then we want to find a quarter of that. Want to find the smaller circle, find a quarter of that, and then take them away. That is essentially what we want to do. And so the key thing I need to remember is that the area equals to pi r squared. And for those who are foundation, higher, borderline, or grade 6, pi times r. So we don't mistake it from r squared and times by 2. Now, I believe it is on the formula sheet as well. So yeah, higher tier formula sheets, area of a circle is here. So you don't have to memorize it. You just have to remember that it's on your formula sheet. Same with circumference and area and all of those formulas. So just being familiar with the formula sheet is very important. All right, so you've got that there. So if you forget, always go back to your formula sheet. What is there? So now, what is my big formula? Well, big circle rather. If you look at the big circle here, the radius is 5. So that's 5. So I'm going to write r equals to 5. And for the other one, the radius equals to 4. So what I can do is I can do for the big circle, it's going to be pi times 5 times 5 divided by 4. Take away pi times 4 times 4 divided by 4. So this now gives me 25 pi divided by 4. I can leave it as a fraction for now. And this is going to be, the 4s will cancel each other out. So this is just 4 pi. So that's it. I can ignore my pi's. If I want to simplify this, I want to do 25 take over 4, take away 4. And so turn this into a fraction, 4 over 1. So it becomes 25 times 1, take away 4 times 4, all over 4 times 1. So if you like doing that, cross multiplying, so 25 take away 16 all over 4. 25 take away 16 is 9 over 4. So my answer is 9 over 4 pi. Okay. Okay, I think most people got that wrong. 9 over 4 pi. Copy that down if you haven't already. Okay, so what is our topic for today? I think everyone is in the class now. There has been let me just do something. Um, who is in year 11? Can you respond to that? Just it will help me decide a few other things for the future. But we're going to look at Surds today. Um, we're going to look at Surds and rationalizing the denominator. The key thing to remember with surds is well, let's rationalize the denominator first. Rationalize the denominator. Let's start it off with easy. Okay, so, and then we'll look at questions, exam questions. All right, so can I see a quick show of hands? How many people have done surds? Just a tick or thing. How many um, have you learned surds? Just on the chat, group chat, just do a like just so that I get an idea of how many people have done surds. Okay, so surds are the square root. Oops. The In a simple way, surds are the square root button that we see. So the square root, and usually they can be primes or they involve primes. So 3 is a prime number, so that will be left in surd format. 2 is a prime number, so that will be left in a surd format. If you look at 4, 2 squared is 4. If you do the square root of 4, that will give us 2. So you can see, in a way, the numbers that are not square numbers, they will end up being surds. So that's just something to kind of be aware of. And if we're aware of that, that will kind of help us with some working out in the future. Now, how do we rationalize the denominator? What that means, it's telling us, so 13 over root 3 is it's telling us to get rid of the square root. So all we do is we multiply it by the same number. So we multiply top and bottom by the same surd. And so what happens is the top number stays the same, 13 root 3. So when we see a number that is next to a surd, it means it's being multiplied. A bit like if you think of 13x like that, it means 13 times x. All right, so in a similar way, 13 root 3 means it's 13 times root 3. So that's just kind of understanding. And then if you have the same number, root 3 and root 3, the shortcut is it just becomes that number. The working out is root 3 times root 3 is root 9, because 3 times 3 is 9. And then when you simplify 9, it becomes 3. So I hope that makes sense to everybody. So let's do another one. And we're not going to do this, the long working out. We're just going to do short working out just to save ourselves some time. So now if we look at question number 2, 9 root 5, because root 5 is at the bottom, I'm going to multiply top and bottom by root 5. And so that simplifies to 9 root 5 all over 5. Okay, And so now we're going to do some quick practice questions. Hope that makes sense. I'm going to get some new questions so that everybody has a go. I'm going to give you a number and you are all going to give me answers just so that I know you are on the right track. And I'm going to keep the silver questions there for those people who know how to do this. You can just get on with the silver questions. All right. So here we are. So I'm just going to go according to the attendance order. So J 17, you're going to do number one. Adian number two. Isa number three. Fatima number four. Hajira number five. Um, Number six is going to be Kaiser. Khadija number seven. Khadija J21. You can do number eight. And if you haven't been given a number, do any number you like, please. I'm going to wait until I get responses in chat to get an idea of when we're ready to move on. Okay, let's go through the answers. The first one I said was J17, is it? Do you have an answer? Can you come to the mic? Talk us through it. No, I'll go through it anyway. So we've got 3 root 5 at the bottom. So root 5 is going to be multiplying top and bottom. So we're going to get 3 root 5 all over 5 because we've got the same number. All right, so our answer is 3 root 5 all over 5. Okay, question 2. Who was it next? Adian, do you have an answer? Adian? Nope. Yeah, Adian, anything? Okay, what's your answer, Adian? Do you want to come to the mic? Not coming to the mic. He has given me an answer, but I will kind of work through it. Just so that the people who don't understand get a chance to hear and see an explanation. So we got root 16, root 7 at the bottom. So we're going to multiply top and bottom by root 7. So 16 root 7 at the top. Root 7 and root 7 just gives us 7. So 16 root 7 is my final 16 root 7 over 7 is my final answer. Right, next person is Isa. Isa, do you have an answer?
Oh, yes.
Yep, can you explain your answer, please?
Okay, my answer is 13 square root 5 over, that's a fraction over 5. And you do 13 over square root 5, which is equal to 13 times square root 5 over square root 5 times square root 5. And then you simplify the denominator, which makes it square root 5 times square root 5 is 5. And then you rewrite the expression 13 times square root 5 over square root 5 times square root 5 equals 13 square root 5 over 5. I think that's it.
Yep, well done. I got that.
Okay.
It can get confusing with all the square roots, so well done. Next few people, just the answers, please. So who was number four? I've forgotten who was number four. But my thing is slowing down. Fatima, Hajara, and J17. You want to say your oops, what's happening? Nearly pressed the wrong button there. All right. Anybody want to come to the mic? No, no one coming. All right. Let's reveal the answers, and then we can move on to the next topic. Okay. So here we have it. Those are the answers. Some of them simplify. So if we look at question four, let's look at question four and just go through that as well. Because I was going to look at that next, so it's nice that it's appeared before I have to mention anything. And so we have our number. So our question is 15 root 5 over 5. So because my denominator is root 5, I'm going to multiply top and bottom by root 5. When I simplify this, I've written it wrong. Sorry, let me just do something else here. Let me start again. That will be easier. Okay. So the question is 15 over root 5. My denominator is root 5, so I'm going to multiply top and bottom by root 5. Now, when I simplify, my top is 15 root 5 over. These are the same numbers, so this just becomes 5. But now I spot that I can also divide 15 by 5. 15 divided by 5 is 3 root 5. So that is my final answer. So that is another one that we do. Okay, I'm going to move on to some questions again for everybody, like a quick fire round. All right, I am getting people saying they're not sure, so this is the last attempt at these. For those who know how to do this, you can attempt the silver ones as well. But for now, I would like you to focus on and bronze and silver. So off you go. I'm going to give you, the clock is 34. I'm going to give you a minute or two to do that. Mohsin, I revealed the answers. I hope you were able to mark it because I can see your answers in chat now. So I hope I gave you enough time to mark it. And if I haven't, then my apologies. I am going to give you a chance. Mahdi, are you okay with the explanations now? I'm just going through chat. Hajira, start with bronze, please, then go to silver. Okay, one more minute, and then I will reveal all the answers. And if you have any questions that you would like me to go through, I can do that. Okay, I think that is enough time. I'm happy to start revealing the answers. Um, so here are all the answers. I hope you are all okay. I know some of you have been individually messaging me in chat saying, is this correct? I hope you can see for yourself if it is correct or not. All right, so I want to highlight something here because I've seen exam questions like this. Um, you must be familiar with the simplifying one. So all these questions here actually simplify. So if you are not sure, please let me know. I feel like I need to look at another one just to make sure that you are okay with it. Um, yeah, let's do number 7, just so that I feel like I have covered everything I need to do. So 6 root 3, because it's root 3 at the bottom, I'm going to times by root 3. So these are the same numbers. They cancel to just 3. 6 root 3. 6 divided by 3 gives me 2 root 3. So that's important because sometimes we have exam questions like that. All right. So I know we haven't covered the silver questions, but for those who have answered silver questions, have a look. And if there's anything you want me to cover, let me know. I'll have a look at chat to see if there's anything that I have not done or missed. Okay, let's start off with an exam question that is reasonable. Paper 1, November 2019. Paper 1, November 2019. And we're going to look at, oh, it's there. I don't even need to do anything. Okay, so we're going to just focus on 16A for now. All right. And I'm going to hide the other question actually, just so that we avoid any unnecessary complications. All right. So a few minutes to do that one. Off you go, please. Okay, let's go through the answer. So we've got root 11 here. So we multiply top and bottom by root 11. So this becomes 22 root 11 over 11. 22 divided by 11 is 2 root 11. So that is our final answer. All right, I hope that's okay, everybody. Just going to look at chat. Any questions? Anybody not happy with that? All right, well done, Muhsina, and a few other people who've given me the right answers. Well done. All right, again, I've put in chat what topic shall we do next week. If you just have a particular topic do a thumbs up to the suggestion, please. Don't rewrite everything, otherwise it's going to be a long list of comments. And who else? Our weekly people who make the chat into spam, please don't message in there. Isa, Khadija, don't reply, please. All right, let's move on to the next one. Now we are going to be looking at rationalizing the denominator where it's a little bit more complicated. All right, so this is what we are looking at, the gold questions now. All right, so the key thing to remember is it's a bit like difference of squares. If you remember difference of squares, um, let me show you an example actually, then it will be easier to kind of explain. Do we have squares? Difference of two squares, yeah. So here, if you look at this, we take, for example, this question here, x plus 3, x minus 3. When we expand the brackets, it becomes x squared minus 3x plus 3x minus 3x. And when we simplify, it's just x squared minus 3. Our middle terms cancel each other out. So that concept is very important to recognize. So these two bits cancel each other out. Sorry, not minus 3, minus 9. 3 times 3 gives us 9. So x squared minus 9. And that's what you get here. So this is what we are doing with rationalizing the denominator. All right, so we are going to be using that kind of skill in a way, rationalizing the denominator. So if I look at goal question 1 now, I've got 13 all over 6 plus root 5. So I can see I've got plus root 5. I'm going to have everything the same. I'm going to change the plus to a minus. 6, take away root 5, top and bottom. Okay, and now I expand these. Okay, so I'm going to have 13 times 6 is 60, 72, 78. Take away 13 root 5 all over. And then all I need to do is remember 6 times 6 is 36. And then I can do minus root 5, and root 5 is just 5. And so this simplifies to 78 take away 13 root 5 all over 36 take away 5 equals to 31. 31. And 31 is a prime number. 31, does it go into 78? It doesn't. So we can just 31, 62, 93. So it doesn't. So we can stop there. All right. Okay, so I hope that's okay. If we can do, okay, I will get you to the other questions. So if I give you a number, if you can give me your answer to each of these. So we're going from 2 to 7, question 2 to 7. So Safia, question 2, Rihanna, question 3, sorry, yeah, 3, Musina 4, Mahdia 5, Khadija J21 6, Khadija C 7, Kaisa 2, J17 2, Hajara 3, Fatima 4, Isa 5, and Adian 6. So everybody's got a number. And if you can give me your answers. Here you go. Okay, here are the answers. And if there is a question that you would like me to go through, please let me know. All right, I know some of you have been messaging me, and a few people have got theirs correct. Jera, are you coming and going? All right, so the chat looks good. No messages coming. Um, go through one question, five. That's okay. So go through question five. All right. Isa, make sure you message me, not everybody. Go through question five. Let's see what is question five. All right. So question five. We have 2 all over 8 plus root 2. So we're going to do 8 minus root 2. 8 minus root 2. 2 times 8 gives us 16. Take away 2 root 2. All over 8 times 8 is 64. Take away root 2 is just 2. So this is 16, take away 2, all over 64, take away 2 is 62. Now, we look at the numbers and we can see that 2 goes into all of them. So we can divide by 2. So this now becomes 16 divided by 2 is 8. Take away root 2 over 31. And that is the same as 8 take away 1 root 2 over 32. So I hope that's okay. Is that okay? Whoever said that? All right. Okay, let's look at some exam questions. Um, yeah, that's fine. Just forgot to simplify at the end. All right, so let's look at the next question. Let's give you an example of what an exam question looks like. You've got two types here. You got a simple exam type question. So let me show you a simple one, a routine one. So November 2017, paper one. November 2017, paper one. You can see it's a non-calculator paper question. All right. Here we have something like that, a 3-mark question. So this is what we call a routine question. And you can see here, it's kind of given you hints by saying show, and then it's giving you answers there. So it's giving you hints at the answer. So that's quite nice. And then you got something a bit more challenging. Let's see what kind of question. Let's look at paper one, 2023 paper one. Something like this. Something like this. So you've got, this is worth 4 marks. It's like an algebraic fraction. So you've got 2 parts here. So you've got that. So let's do the first one. Let's try this one first, then we can go on to the harder one. All right. Look at chat as well. All right. Off you go. Let's try this one. I will give you, I think 1 minute should be enough. And DM me your answers when you're done, please. Okay, let's go through this. So, um, mm, remembering to change the signs here. So 6 take away root 8, root 2 take away 1. I'm going to change the sign to root 2 plus 1. Now, something I may not have highlighted enough when I was initially explaining it, this is worth a method mark in the exam. So I'm going to double check that with the mark scheme, but that's worth 1 mark. Also here, root 8 can be simplified because here you can see from the answer, it's asking us for root 2. So if I look at root 8, it's made up of 4 times 2, and square root of 4 is 2. So it's 2 root 2. So I'm going to just change that to, I could change it, I could simplify it now, I can do it later. But that is also a method mark usually. Um, all right, so I'm going to do that. 2 root 2, root 2 plus 1, all over root 2 minus 1, root 2 plus 1. Okay, so just separate this out as I go along. It's getting a bit messy. So the top part, 6 root 2 plus 6. Then I've got 2 root 2 times by root 2. So that gives me 2 times 2, which is equal to 4. So then it's going to be minus 4, sorry. So just take your time with the signs. Minus 4, then you got minus 2 root 2. All over, root 2 times root 2 is 2. And then you got 2 take away 1 is going to be 1. And so now when we simplify everything over 1, so we don't really need to worry about that. We got 6 take away 4 is 2. And now I'll use a different color because it's getting a bit confusing. If I think of this as x is 6x take away 2x, so that's 6 take away 2 is 4, so it's plus 4 root 2. And if I look at my answer at the beginning, it says a plus b root 2. So it is in that form. All right, so I hope that's okay, everybody. We'll look at the mark scheme as well in a second. I'm just looking at chat. Is everyone okay with that? And we will not have time to look at the second question, unfortunately. Maybe we can look at it next week. So this one was paper 1, November 2017. Paper 1, November 2017. Let's look at the mark scheme. Question 21. 2 plus 4 root 2. 2 plus 4 root 2. And just to highlight, for correct step, e.g., multiplies numerator and denominator by root 2 plus 1. So you can see just that method, that doing that enables a method mark. So what I was saying to you here, this bit here, that's worth a method mark. And then if you look at the other part, dependent for expansion of numerator with 4 terms correct with or without 3 signs or 3 out of 4 correct. So on this occasion, if you did the square root of 8, you don't get a mark actually. So that's something there. All right, so I'm gonna just, we got 2 minutes. I'll put this question here, and then at the end, I'll just reveal the answer, and then we'll end today's session. All right, I'll just look at chat if anyone's not sure about anything from what we've just done now. All right, so just this was paper 1, May 2023. Paper 1, May 2023. What question number was this? 23. So here is the answer. All right, today I have to finish off. Unfortunately, normally I do kind of carry on, but I have to go. So root 10 root 3 plus 27 over 39. You will have access to the recording. Your parents, I'll send this to your parents so you can have a look at this as well. So I hope you enjoyed today's session. I feel like we need to do a little bit more because we haven't covered all of Surds, because Surds is a very important topic. It is coming out a lot. So I'll just last look at chat, nothing urgent. So thank you, everybody, and take care. I'll see you at the next one. Assalamu alaikum.